Hello everyone, are you ready for another DIY? I'm ready. I'll show you. I'm ready too. Okay, did you think I wasn't going to do my cutouts? Of course I'm going to do my cutouts. Alright, so some of these I went ahead and I cut out my cardboard, aka cereal box. And these were just printed from my printer. Look at how beautiful. And I'll show you where I put these. Although my home tour for Christmas 2018 is already out, I told you in that, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe that I didn't have enough time to get all my stuff done. And you guys, I started my stuff in October, the end of October. That's nuts. Whatever. You'll still see what I do with these. So I thought these were so cute. And then my Santas, because you know I love Santas, and I still have to back them and put an easel on them so they can stand up. And then these two, oh my gosh, these remind me of two of my granddaughters. Well, two of them have blonde hair and the other ones have dark hair. But the youngest ones, this reminds me of Sienna and this reminds me of Everly. But aren't these pretty? But I'm going to cut them as well around and put an easel and put them out too. But I thought those were so pretty. And this one looks like Everly with her little outfit, and I'll show you up. I'm going to put her next to a picture from last year. I think it was last year. Yeah, that she went to Disneyland, and my daughter had almost this exact same kind of coat and hat for her. So even though you can see this it was a soap ad, I believe, because it says Home Sweet Soap. But I don't care about that. That's no big deal to me. I mean, I can put glitter on there for that matter. But this it really does kind of look like her. So I'll show you what I do with that. Okay, so let's get started. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do, and I'll do this just for probably one of them, because I know you're busy and you don't have time to watch me trace a picture. So let's just cut this one out together. Oh, before I forget too, I meant to put this, I got this off the internet as well, and it is a advertisement for sleigh rides and back in the day, and I'm going to back that up and I'm going to put it in Santa's hand. I meant to do that for my home tour. So anyway, when I get done, I'll put it in his hand and show you. Okay, so which scissors do I want? So, I mean, I don't mind cutting with the bigger as a rule, but when you have to get into tight spots, and these I love. These are the Fiskars. So I'm just going to cut around her. So yeah, this is getting close to the last of my DIYs for Christmas. I have a couple more. The very last one I'm doing, this isn't working well for these, you guys. I think you're really going to like. And the next one too, for that matter. And really all of these are very quick and extremely inexpensive. I really try to bring things that you can add to your decor collection, and things that can be tweaked, meaning, like, for instance, if you liked more of like a medical type instead of like this Victorian look, all you have to do is print out things that are more of your liking. You know what I mean? And yet the concept is the same. So I like giving those options to people, because not everyone's going to like what I like, you know. I'm not going to like what everybody else likes. Everyone's going to go for the decor I have, you know. I may not go for decor that somebody else has. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. To each his own. Do whatever you want. Whatever makes you happy, that's what you do. You can only please so many people, you know what I'm saying? The way I look at it, and like I've told my kids all their lives, not everyone's going to like you, and that's just the facts, okay? And I don't know, maybe if I'm just thicker skinned because of just, you know, my childhood, or life in general, working with the public for so many years, for over 30 years, but whatever the case is, you become very thick-skinned for the most part. Sure, I mean, I have feelings, you know, of course I do. I mean, I'm human. But it doesn't take me long to realize, hey, you know what? They don't like me. Whatever it is about me they don't care for. Whatever, you know, I mean, life's too short to worry too much about it, you know. But for the most part, people are good. People are sweet. People are kind. And, you know, a few bad apples don't spoil the whole bunch. All of a sudden now I'm going to go into a Donny Osmond song. Jeez. Oh, one bad apple don't spoil the whole bunch, girl. Remember that one? Anyway, I'm teasing you. But no, it's the truth. I mean, especially when you get on YouTube, oh my Lord, you better have some thick skin. But again, even the ones that are naysayers or, you know, try to bring you down, I try to ignore it or respond with just a kind response, because it's not worth my energy to get all upset, and it's definitely not worth my energy to let someone dictate how I'm going to spend, you know, my day, even a minute of my day. And again, maybe some of that is just, you know, the school of life. But I don't know how I got off on that tangent. I guess just telling some of you that have YouTube channels, or you're new to YouTube, you take the good with the bad and you just let it go. Water off a duck's back. I always used to say that to my kids too. Water off a duck's back. You can do what do what you can do. If that's not enough, that's not your problem. If you're a nice person and you treat people kind, and they don't see the real you, or they want to be your judge and your jury and not even know you, let them. Whatever. It's not your gig, you know. I mean, it's not what you need to worry yourself with. I always stress that to them. And now I'm stressing it to you because you are the majority watching me, I'm sure, or a lot of you, I should say, are a part of my YouTube family. And so I'm going to talk to you just like I would talk to my kids. You know what kind of person you are. You know what kind of person you are, and that's all that matters. You know, I answer to two people. Myself and God. That's it. So now that I'm done with my soapbox, let's go on to tracing And I keep, for maybe someone that's new here, welcome to everyone that's new to my channel, welcome. And I am so excited, you guys. I'm 51, well, as I'm talking to you now, 5,113 subscribers. So I am very, very blessed. And I thank you very much for all the people that are subscribing to my channel. We have a good bunch of family members here. Very sweet, caring people. I was supposed to go to Disneyland with my son, because we usually go every Christmas. Last year we missed, but usually every year we've gone for, oh my gosh, long time, years. But my stupid knee is really bothering me terribly, actually. It aches like a toothache. I have a, I'm just talking to you now because I'm cutting out and I just don't want to sit here quiet, you know what I mean? Might as well talk to you while I'm doing this. I have a torn meniscus, and man, when those things flare up, I had an MRI last year now, actually, because I had surgery on my other, surgery on my other knee for a torn meniscus. And they told me at the time, they said, usually when you have one, the other knee will end up having to have it. Well, sure enough, it's been almost 7 years. But sure enough, the other knee, they were right. And for anyone that has had a torn meniscus, you know the pain. I mean, it is awful. And when you can't use your knees the correct way or your back, I mean, your whole body goes into, you know, dire straits, because you need your knees to hold you up. You need your back to, you know, help with everything else. I mean, your core, right? Well, so when I went in, he said, okay, there's 3 things we can do. 1, nothing. And just live with it until it subsides to some degree. He said, but it will come back, which it did. It did go away and it did come back. And when it comes back with a vengeance. And my knee is extremely swollen. And, yeah, it's awful. All that to say, I doubt very seriously I'm going to be able to do Disneyland. I just can't even imagine getting there and then this knee start to hurt so bad. You know, it's not like well, neither one of us have passes anymore. We used to. So if that's the case, that's no big deal, because if you have a pass and say that, you know, you get there and for whatever reason you can't stay, be it a knee or whatever, you know that you can go back, so it's not a big deal. But when you're paying full price to get in there, and then you're going in thinking, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay, well, what's the sense in it, you know? And I really wanted to go this year, since we didn't go last year, but I just can't. The way I'm feeling right now, there is no way. No way. And if I did push myself to go, I would pay a dear price for I don't know how long afterwards. And I'm talking weeks. So I'm thinking probably next year I may have to. I've been trying to avoid surgery, but if it continues like this, I'm not going to have an alternative, because it's just so painful. It's awful. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. You know, it's always something, isn't it? Honestly, it is always something. What I'll do is, after I cut this out, I will glue her and the ones I have already, the cardboard cut out. I'll glue and glitter whatever I'm going to glitter. Then I'll go off camera and finish these, and then I'll come back and show you what I've done. Weather's nice here. Oh, I'm so thankful. we're going to get rain. Well, I mean, I'm happy for the rain, but because of the fires, especially the ones that just have happened, you know, in Paradise and Malibu and all those areas, what's scary is then you start getting the mudslides. And so for those, I feel terrible. I mean, and down by me, even Trabuco in the canyon, they had massive floods last weekend. But we are getting, rain coming in tonight, and it's going to be for 4 days. And now I'm just taking my glue stick and putting it on the cardboard, and then we'll put her on. And the weather's been cool in the 60s, and at night it's been like in the 40s. I am in heaven. Because any of you that know me, that have been with me, you know how much I dislike the heat. I really do like the cold weather. So I have been in heaven as far as the weather goes. Okay, I'm just going to trim this. And then I'm thinking, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get my glossy accents and I'm going to accentuate those berries. I was going to put glitter, but I think the glossy accents would look prettier. Because what it does, the glossy accents, it makes it stand out. The glossy accents look really nice on eyes. I'll show you when I'm done. It just really accentuates. I'll put a little on her lips too. I don't know what I did with my white fine glitter. I don't know. Okay, can you see? I hope you can. Let me turn it to the side. Okay, can you see how it looks raised up a little bit? I'm going to turn it. It's just raised just ever so slightly. Please tell me if you do this. I'm famous for this. I'll put something somewhere and I'll think to myself at the time, okay, I'm going to put this here because I know I won't forget where it's at. Or I'll put something somewhere and I think, okay, it'll be safe here. 9 times out of 10, I'll forget what I even did with it, and I'm searching like a mad woman. Case in point, let me tell you, I gotta tell you this. Okay, yesterday, I was getting ready to film this tree that I made for my son's fiance, okay? And so I've got everything ready to, you know, show you guys. I can't find my cord to my camcorder anywhere. I'm trying to retrack my steps mentally, what I did, you know, and everything that was going on with Bella and all that kind of stuff. And then Thanksgiving that came, I thought, oh my gosh, what if I threw it away? What if I inadvertently threw that cord? And then I'm thinking, and I'm arguing with myself, and I'm saying, but how could you have thrown it away? It's too big. You would have known what you were doing. Honestly, I'm not kidding, guys. This is what I'm doing. I am searching. I even went into the recycle bin outside thinking, what if I did throw it away? Took out everything from the recycler. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm doomed. I am doomed. I am not going to be able to do any more filming. I mean, I need my battery pack. You know what I mean? I mean, although I do need a new camcorder. I've had this one 13 years. And I'm hoping that Santa will bring me one, because I do need it desperately. And they have a really good deal, very good deal, on Amazon right now for the bundle for the Canon Vixia. Very good deal. So I can only hope. But point being, I needed the cord, or I wasn't going to be able to get anything else done for the whole season. I mean, oh, it was nuts. So I'm thinking, I'm looking, the dogs are looking at me like I'm nuts. And I thought, wait a minute, when I did my home tour, I didn't need to put it on the camera. I looked behind the pillow of the couch and there it was. I almost kissed it. I was so excited to see it. So then I came upstairs, and that's why you saw where I started getting shadows. But at that point, I didn't care. I was elated that I had my cord and was able to even film. Now, why was I going? Where was I going with this, you guys? I don't know. I'll have to look back at the tape. Oh, I was talking to one of my friends yesterday. I've known her for, we've known each other, oh gosh, we've known each other 45 years. Her husband passed away last December, right before Christmas. And then, of course, you know, my daughter Tanya passed away. And so we'll call one another, you know, sometimes just to, you know, be there. And so we were talking, and I said, you know, honestly, I would love to get a hold of the person that says, you're not getting older, you're getting better. I'm sorry. I have to agree with Cher on this one. I really do. Because I remember she did an interview one time, and they started talking to her about it at the time she was turning 60. And they said, you know, how do you feel about getting older? She said, I hate it. And they said, you hate it? And she said, yeah, I don't see anything great about it. Well, I almost completely agree with her, but let me preface that by saying, I mean, the alternative I don't want, right? But as far as age and, you know, you get more aches and pains, you look at yourself in the mirror and you think, uh-oh, who are you? Who are you? Because in your mind, you're still thinking that you are the same person that you were, you know, like when you were in your 30s and 40s, right? And you also think that you can do the things that you used to do. Because mentally, when you're sitting down, you're thinking, oh, I could do that, you know, no problem. And then you start to get up and you start to try to do it, and you're thinking, oh, what happened? Wait a minute. So your body isn't moving with your mind a lot of times. Now, I know that there are people out there that, you know, are blessed with very good genes and health, and don't get me wrong, I mean, thank God, as far as I know, I'm in, you know, decent health. What I'm saying is, you know, people that, you know, run marathons and climb, you know, Mount Everest and all that at a later stage of the game and age, you know, God bless. I'm talking just my perspective on it, and perspective of some of my friends when we get together and we start talking about it, you know, because Dolores, her name's Dolores, her and I were talking yesterday, and you know, I said to her, I go, do you remember when the kids were little and we were in Tot Lot? It was like a preschool type thing. And we would talk about one day when we're old and sitting in rocking chairs. I said, now I don't even know if I could sit in a rocking chair. We started laughing. And she said, oh, I know. She said, it's just always, it seems like it's always something now, you know? And the time goes so fast. Oh my gosh, the time goes fast. I mean, I look back now and I think, my God, where did my life go? You know? I mean, seriously. The time, and the older you get, the faster it goes. I remember one time, and I remember this just like it was yesterday. My grandmother, I was going to be turning, I think I was going to be 15. And I remember saying to her, man, I'm only 15. And she goes, don't ever wish yourself older. Because when you do get older, the time goes so fast, you'll wish you were back. And I've never forgotten that. I have never forgotten her saying that to me, and I think of that so often now, and she was so right. Because with age, I mean, sure, you have wisdom, and, you know, and now I have my grandkids, and I'm thankful for that. I mean, there are things I'm thankful for, of course. You know, and that I am still in fairly good health that I know of. But there are other things that you think, oh, I wished I could, you know, I wished I could go back in time and have another 40 years or 50 years left, you know? Because there's so many things that you want to, you know, see or do or whatever. And when you get older, I mean, you've only got so much time. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter. And, yeah, it's so, I guess what I'm saying to you, whoever's out there watching me and you're in your 40s, 30s or 40s, cherish this time. I honestly, my 40s were my best decade. Because I knew who I was to myself, you know what I mean? And I wasn't trying to prove anything to anyone. I didn't need to do that. And I was secure in myself. Why isn't this coming out? I don't know. My 40s were just a very, very good decade. Then when you hit 50, you're going, ugh, 50. That's like, whoa, whoa, how did we get here? How did I get to this age? You know, meaning that the time goes so fast. I mean, of course, I'm thankful I'm alive. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I guess what I'm trying to say, all of this in a nutshell, you don't realize when you're younger just to take each day and cherish it and love the time that you're in. You know what I mean? And that is what I try to do now, even with, you know, getting older. But, yeah, I mean, just cherish it. You know, a lot of times, I was telling her yesterday, oh, that looks cute on her. I'll show you in a minute. I was telling my friend, you know, again, like I told you earlier, in your mind, you're thinking to yourself, you know, just the way you would think, you know, when I was in my 30s and 40s. That's how mentally, I mean, I'm still, I mean, yeah, I know a lot more, I have a lot more wisdom. But when you go into the mirror, you go, wait a minute, wait, something happened. Something's not right here. Who are you? You know, because you're just not thinking that you should be looking older. But you are. And that's just the crux of the whole thing. But with that being said, yes, I am thankful for a lot of things. I truly am. I guess I wished I would have, at the time when I was, you know, in my younger years, I wished I would have really just cherished more of that time and just really think about just enjoying all of it. You know what I mean? And so I try to do that now as much as I can. Because I'm sure when I get older than this, I'm going to look back and think, oh my gosh, I wish I, you know what I mean? So, anyway, I don't know how come I got on all this, but maybe someone needed to hear it. I don't know. Okay, there's that one. Can you see the sparkle with the glitter? But look at her lips. I want you to look really close. Can you see how the glossy accents just add and they make her lips and her little eyes stand out? So cute. Alright, so I'm going to go off camera. I'm sure you're tired of listening to my soapbox. And I'm going to get these put onto some cardboard as well as her. And then I will be back with... Okay guys, I'm done. Alright, so let's just go through these really quick. These are beautiful and will add a real pretty statement to anywhere you'd want to put them. Okay, let me move my glue gun. All right, with this one, all I did, I couldn't find the right glitter, so all I did is just the glossy accents on the berries. And then I used the ink, and I inked all around all of them. This one, I put a little bit of glitter on the hat, and then just did the glossy accents on her eyes. So that's that one. And then this one, the same. I just did the glossy accents on her lips, her eyes, and the holly berries. And then this guy, again, just the glossy accents to bring out the apples and the tree. I don't know if you're catching it for sure. And then her dress and her eyes and her little red part of her hat. And then on the Santas, I just put a little bit of red glitter and glossy accents on the eyes and the hat of the toy. And the last one, same thing. So guys, I had to do this because can you imagine not doing it for Christmas? You do it for Halloween and Thanksgiving and no way. I hope that you will print out some and add them to your Christmas decor. They are so sweet. I just love them. Okay, so here's that one cutout, and I'm going to take you down and show you where I put everything. But here's that one that I told you, and look at her really good in the little outfit. Okay, and I've added just a pick. And then here's my granddaughter. And this was her first time at Disneyland at Christmas time. But my daughter found this beautiful cape. And when I saw this cutout, immediately it reminded me of Everly. So imagine, okay, imagine something that you could couple with it, pictures that you have. Printing out a picture of your child, your grandchild, a dear friend, whatever, and using one of these cutouts, buying a really pretty pic, putting it in a little box or basket as a gift for someone. You have given them something that is very, very personal that they would never be able to buy in a store. And most importantly, it would come from you. For you, not to mention, it would have cost you the price of the pick, or if you had picks at home, which I'm sure you probably do, you could use one of those. And the price of printing out a picture with a frame. A beautiful, sentimental gift that someone would treasure for a lifetime. This is what I'm talking about, using such easy things to do, but make such a huge impact to someone. So with that being said, let's go down and look at what I did with the other cutouts. Okay guys, we're downstairs, and here is where I put that printout. Santa's holding it, because down here, if you remember right from my home tour, I have the two grapevine deer. Now I've got presents since you've seen it last. But anyway, how cute, okay? Again, it just adds something fun, and it goes with, because we've got the reindeer down by his feet. So that's how I'm displaying that print. And over here by my lantern, I just put him in to some of this garland But next to the lantern, how pretty, and at night when that's on, it will illuminate him. Now you can see the glitter better. So there's that. And then this one, he reminded me of him. So I put him down here in another little bed of garland. And this was a big garland, and I just cut it into pieces. And that is on my, well, this must be at least 100 and, I want to say it's at least 110 years old, maybe 120 years old. But my point being, this adds another dimension to the decor. And the reason I'm showing this is because sometimes, like I've said before, if you don't show what you do with the things you make, a lot of times people like them, but they think, I don't know what I would do with it. Well, I'm showing you different things you can do with it. You can give it as a gift. You can do it for your own decor. You could have made for someone, for instance, taking this piece of garland, putting this joy sign that I got for $1, and putting this print that cost me nothing, put a couple candles on each end of it, put it in a box. It's a nice gift. It's a nice gift for someone. Then over here in my tray, look what I did with that little boy and girl. Here she is next to the White House. And then look at where he is. I'll stand back a little bit now so you can see it. But they add an adorable element, especially to holiday decor. So that's where these two went. And then here are these two that remind me of my granddaughters. She reminds me of Sienna, and I'll show you the two in a minute. So remember, the blonde is Sienna, the dark-headed one is Everly. But these two reminded me of them, and I just put them with this little house that you saw in my home tour that I got from the 99-cent store on a bed of Hobby Lobby garland, the cheap garland with a pick. And that's what they look like. Adds a completely different feel to it. So this one, like I told you, she reminded me of Beverly, and that's the one you saw in the picture on the carousel. And then this little one reminds me in the blue beanie. She's a blondie. So they both reminded me of my granddaughters, so that's why I really was drawn to them. Guys, I hope that you like this DIY. I hope that you will do some of this. If you're still thinking what you could make as a gift for someone, and maybe you don't have a whole lot of money, maybe you're still thinking about a gift. Maybe you have a bunco that you're going to, a teacher, a co-worker. Print out a couple of these, get a piece of garland and put a couple picks to make it pretty. Put one of these houses, put it in a box, and they have an arrangement. Some decor to put in their house. So guys, until our next DIY, remember, the world's a better place because you're in it. Don't ever, ever forget that. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye.